Did you know that in the 15th century, the Songhai Empire was richer than all of Europe combined? This empire, stretching across West Africa, was a hub of gold and salt trade, its wealth unmatched by any European kingdom of the time. Yet, this story remains largely untold in mainstream history. Welcome to the cinematic journey of African empires, where film becomes a powerful tool to reclaim and retell the grandeur of Africa's past. Our story begins with the Songhai Empire, a civilization that flourished from the 15th to the 16th century under the rule of Askia Muhammad I. Its capital, Gao, was a bustling metropolis, while Timbuktu stood as a beacon of Islamic scholarship and intellectual exchange. The University of Sankore in Timbuktu attracted scholars from across the world, making it a center of learning and culture. But how did this empire fall? In 1591, the Songhai Empire faced its demise at the Battle of Tondebai, conquered by the Sodi dynasty of Morocco. Today, filmmakers and historians are using cinematic tools to bring this lost empire back to life. One such effort is the 2023 YouTube video titled "The African Empire That Was Richer Than All of Europe." And nobody told you. Using AI-generated imagery, this video reconstructs the grandeur of Songhai, emphasizing its wealth, trade networks, and intellectual life. The video's claim that Songhai was richer than all of Europe is interpretive but grounded in historical records of gold and salt trade volumes. Transitioning from Songhai, we turn to the father of African cinema, Ousmane Sembène. Born in Senegal in 1923, Sembène is widely regarded as the pioneer of African filmmaking. His 1977 film Ceddo is a landmark in African cinema, portraying the clash between indigenous African religious systems and the arrival of Islam and Christianity. Set in 18th century Senegambia, Ceddo tells the story of the kidnapping of a king's daughter by Muslim clerics and the resistance of the Ceddo, traditional warriors loyal to the king. The film was banned in Senegal for years due to its critical portrayal of religious and political authority. Yet, Ceddo remains a powerful testament to African resistance and agency. Sembène's work is part of a broader movement of Africa-made historical films that emerged in the 1970s, shifting focus from European-centric narratives to stories that highlight African perspectives on slavery, empire, and colonialism. Another towering figure in African history is Musa of the Mali Empire. His pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324–1325 is often cited as one of the most extravagant displays of wealth in medieval history. Musa's journey not only showcased Mali's riches but also cemented its place in global trade networks. Films and documentaries often depict this pilgrimage as a symbol of Mali's power and influence. Moving forward in time, we encounter the Dahomey Kingdom, a West African empire that existed from the 17th to the 19th century. This kingdom is central to the 2022 Hollywood film The Woman King, which focuses on the Agoji, the female warriors of Dahomey. Set in the 1820s, the film explores the kingdom's involvement in the transatlantic slave trade and the complexities of its history. While The Woman King blends historical fact with dramatic license, it has sparked renewed interest in African imperial histories. Beyond individual empires, African filmmakers have used cinema to decolonize African history, challenging European narratives that portray Africa as historically backward or without history. Films like Yulène from Mali and Hyenas from Senegal draw on African oral traditions, mythology, and political structures to present complex pre-colonial worlds. These films emphasize that African empires were part of global trade networks and intellectual exchanges, reclaiming African public memory. In recent years, AI-driven cinematic reconstructions have emerged as a new way to visualize African empires. The use of AI-generated imagery in historical documentaries represents a modern twist on oral history, blending historical data with speculative visuals to bring the past to life. These reconstructions serve as visual archives, especially in contexts where written histories are scarce or Eurocentric. As we conclude our journey, we reflect on the cultural and educational impact of these films. Cinematic portrayals of African empires contribute to national and Pan-African identity, reinforcing pride in pre-colonial achievements. They also drive cultural tourism to historical sites like Timbuktu, Gao, and the ruins of Great Zimbabwe. More importantly, these films provide teaching tools for educators seeking to present African history from African perspectives. African empire cinema is not just about the past, it is about reclaiming the narrative, challenging stereotypes, and inspiring future generations. Through film, the stories of African empires continue to resonate, reminding us of Africa's enduring legacy of power, resistance, and innovation.